Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out Star Trek Insurrection. That's a really cool name for a Star Trek movie, isn't it? Star Trek Insurrection. It kind of makes me really want to watch this movie. And we are getting into the last two Star Trek TNG movies here today. And I am really excited for this one. I've really enjoyed the first two TNG movies, Star Trek 7 and Star Trek 8. First Contact being my favorite of the two and honestly one of my favorite Star Trek movies that I've seen so far. And these last two movies, I think it's Insurrection and then I think it's Nemesis or something like that. They are definitely the ones with the most dislikes in the comment section. I'll say it like that. These are the ones that people dislike the most. However, there are some people who defend these movies. So I'm going in with a very open mind because I enjoyed the first two movies so much. And I'm just excited to see our cast of characters interacting on the big screen on my little computer screen here, my monitor screen here, but still the big screen, the movie screen again. I can see this movie is directed by Jonathan Frakes, which is really exciting because he did such a good job directing First Contact. So I'm hoping we just kind of get another because First Contact felt very passionate. Like the camera work felt like it was very intentional and very passionate, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that the camera work feels like that as well, and that Jonathan Frakes does as good of a job as he did in First Contact. And before we get in this reaction, let me do the lighting. So we turn the light and decide what color it should be. Boop. Nice. Okay, so the lighting today, I'm actually gonna go like a pinky red. And I'm going pinky red because the poster for this movie is very purple, and Insurrection makes me think of the color red for some reason. So I'm going pink, which is a very weird color for Star Trek, but I'm gonna go pink because it's a mix of those two colors. Yeah, it's gonna be weird, but yeah, we're watching it with a pink light today, guys. And if you'd like to see more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon for uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. Thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, let's get into this. I hope I enjoyed a lot. I'm going in wanting to enjoy this movie a lot, so I hope you enjoy my reaction to Star Trek Insurrection. Jonathan Frakes again! Insurrection. Hey, look, there's the red. There's the red. I hope Patrick Stewart in this movie at some point says, "I have an insert erection." That'd be so funny. Insurrection. That'd be better. That would be a better way to say that joke. This is like such a nice place. I would live here 100%. Jerry Goldsmith again! Let's go! Yes! The last movie I watched, out of the 4 movies that I've watched this week so far, 3 of them have been scored by Jerry Goldsmith. I love that man so much. He's so good. I actually want to live here so bad. So what are they doing here? Whoa, what the heck? So is this like a civilization that isn't space ready yet, maybe? Excuse me, who's trying to shoot at these kids?
Base to Commander Data.
Data, what are you doing right now?
Intercept the android.
Data, why are you doing this?
Now.
They're gonna have... Oh my god. They're gonna make like a religion out of this.
I repeat, stand down!
Data, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Who are they?
We are your gods! Bow to us! Imagine. Why did Data do this though? Why? Oh my god, though. Look at the sexy piece of work right here.
No. We can't delay the archaeological expedition to Hanoran 2. That'll put us right in the middle of the monster.
I love their outfits.
Only achieved warp drive last year. And the Federation Council decided to make them a protectorate so quickly.
Yeah, why?
All the allies we can get these days.
Captain on deck!
I like that the events from the last movie with the Borg attacking actually did something.
For the reception.
Captain, Mr. Worf.
Worf.
What the hell are you doing? Eugene.
They look like squids.
We have a dance later, I believe.
I look forward to it.
I love that headpiece. You should wear that the whole movie.
Schematics.
Is something wrong?
The message doesn't say.
What Data should have been
What if Data is the villain in this movie? That'd be sick.
for 1 week. Geordie, would you set up a secure comm link?
I think Data as a villain would be so cool because he's so analytical.
I'm going to ask Worf to delay his return to DS9 so that he can join us. We're going to stop by sector.
DS9, DS9, DS9. That's a show. Wait, that looks so cool.
Never should have let you talk me into that duck blind in the first place.
Ew. Ew.
You want to avoid unnecessary risks? Next time, leave your android home.
I don't like the look of this guy's face. Ew, it creeps me out. Data? Yeah, it is. What's up, Data?
One of Data's actuation servos. Its operational range is only 4 meters, but it will shut him down.
Okay, we have to get 4 meters close to him. That was bad English.
1/3. Take us in.
Oh, wow. That is sexy.
Produced mass quantities of the narcotic ketracel white.
Oh, the hand on the shoulder. Is there still something between these two?
Doing something to your neck.
Oh, what about her and Worf, though? What about her and Worf?
Our crew is at the mercy of those people on the planet.
Yeah, I can see where they're coming from.
I should be the one to do it. I'm his captain.
Imagine if Picard has to terminate Data. That would insane.
Authority out.
12 hours to find, capture, or kill Data.
Come out, wherever you are.
Wow, way to be creepy. Oh my god.
Data, this is Captain Picard. Data, please.
Yeah, what happened? What happened to his neck there? Look, I think he's evil. I think someone's like taking him over. Oh, what?
We use the anesthetic boundary to shake him.
Oh, this is so sick. He's like, what's up, Captain?
No, sir. I have not had a chance to meet all the new crew members since I have been back.
Oh, poor guy.
They're composers, Worf.
Oh.
Should crew.
His cheeks should flame.
And his brow should
Oh, yeah, Data.
For a knockdown blow. His
This is so strange, but I kind of love this.
foot should stamp. And his throat should proud. His head.
Oh, Data, you've been outplayed, son. Oh, I'm getting dizzy with this camera. Oh, well done, sir. No. Oh, nice. Nice. Nice, Worf. You're the best.
We're here to rescue them.
To rescue them.
Prepare the hostages for transport to the ship.
They should be quarantined before joining.
I would say they're not really hostages, are they?
Prime directive.
Your directive apparently doesn't include spying on other cultures.
Oh, get destroyed.
Logical abilities are not apparent because we have chosen not to employ them in our daily lives.
Okay.
But where can warp drive take us, except away from here?
Yeah, this is kind of paradise. If I found this place, I'd stay. Because, like, you know what? I'm gonna stay. Give me a house.
way out.
You're not finished here?
Just a few loose ends.
There's something suspicious about you, old man. And that guy, the skin guy, there's no way they'd make someone look that freaky and not have them be the villain, right?
Come in.
Oh.
Well, it's the first time for everything.
So do I lie down or what?
Wow, wow, Riker, making moves.
What I need, I can't get from Dr. Crusher. Counselor.
I need to get naked.
On this ship, anything's possible.
Oh, snap, crackle. Oh, what the heck?
I kiss you and you say yuck?
She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing.
Who might try to take advantage of his memory loss.
And yet he attacked us, and he told the Baku that we were a threat.
Yeah, because you were a threat at the time. You just meant Starfleet in general, maybe.
Be missing several memory engrams.
There they
There
are.
they are. My last memory is going into the hills following some children.
Oh, so he doesn't remember. Whoa, that's so adorable. It's a hippo caterpillar thing.
Amateurs.
What?
They fixed me.
Okay, but you still shot at this child, so he is going to be scared of you. Oh, don't shave the beard. This is a bad sign. Riker shaving the beard is a bad sign.
Remind the captain his 12 hours are up.
This guy is 100% evil. What exactly is the mission? I would like to know. Also, you remember in Star Trek TNG when everyone's like the beard, like they jumped the beard or something like that, grew the beard, and the Star Trek became good because Riker had the beard? Well, now he's losing the beard and everyone doesn't like these movies. Coincidence? I think not.
Can he breathe underwater?
He doesn't breathe. Wow, that's a lot of water. That is an invisible ship.
We're not interested in such things.
I am.
Yes, woman. So this is what the people must be after then. What a setting, by the way. Look at these beautiful mountains. I wonder where this was filmed. What the heck? It's like heaven on an invisible ship.
Duplicate this village, except to deceive the Baku.
I like this. I like this information.
Move you off this planet.
This mystery. I like it.
Wake up the next morning on this flying holodeck.
And you think, oh my god.
Why would the Federation or the Sona wish to move the Baku?
I don't know.
I love the camera work. She knows. Oh my days. Kick this guy just for fun. I kind of like the mystery in this movie. It's very compelling. You can't swim? Oh my days. Why did you decide to come then if you can't swim, you idiot?
In the event of a water landing, I have been designed to serve as a flotation device.
Oh, Worf has a pimple. That's such a weird thing that happened. Oh my god, Riker. No, Riker, I don't like it.
Klingons never do it.
No, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
Computer music. No, not that. Something Latin.
Come on, you should have known. This movie's kind of a comedy. I would watch Sir Patrick Stewart dance all day.
That was 309 years ago.
300? Wow, you guys are old.
There's an unusual metaphasic radiation coming from the planet's rings.
That's what they want. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's why the guy was like, I won't need any.
I don't intend to let them.
Yes, Patrick. Yes.
People who live that fast a life would sell their souls to slow it down.
It's always the opposite. You always want the thing that you don't have.
All the forced relocation, a small group of people.
Yeah.
We had learned from our mistakes, but it seems that some of us haven't.
Honestly, I feel like the world never really learns from its mistakes. People don't look at history and change things. They just keep trying over.
Space. For the first time.
Yes.
Chills, chills.
There's one thing I don't understand. In 300 years, you never learned to swim.
Yeah, what the heck? Yeah, true. There's a giant lake next to your stupid village.
My experience, it's unusual
For an offlander.
for someone so young.
Oh, you're young, Picard. You really need to turn up the volume whenever she speaks because she speaks in whispers.
As it turns out, there wasn't anything wrong with my implants at all. There was something right with my eye.
Yeah, you can see. You don't have implants. I thought they looked brown.
Started to regenerate.
Oh my god, I feel so happy for him.
Not the way you see them.
I hope he doesn't lose his eyesight when he leaves the planet, you know? Like, I hope he keeps it now. I got so many chills. The music was so good by Jerry Goldsmith. Just seeing him be able to see was so nice.
Am I to understand that you're not releasing my men?
Yeah, yeah.
Never meant to be immortal. We'll simply be restoring them to their natural evolution.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
There you go.
With metaphasics, lifespans will be doubled. An entire...
I don't know if you want lifespans to be doubled. Can you imagine how many bad things would happen if the same people lived for a long amount of time?
To explain it, I only know they inject something into the rings that starts a thermolytic reaction.
This is just the writer saying, don't ask me to explain it. I don't know, man. It just happens.
It's an attack upon its very soul.
Thank you, Picard.
Location throughout history.
Jean-Luc, we're only...
Slap this old man.
50,000. 1 million. How many people does it take?
Yes.
File whatever protests you wish to, Captain.
When he rose his voice there,
You do. This will all be done.
Oh, when he raised his voice. Oh man, chill. Sir Patrick Stewart is great. He's taking off his things. He's no longer Starfleet. Is that what that is symbolizing? Yeah. Oh, that was disgusting. Why do their people decay so much? Do they have some sort of disease? Did I miss this?
Rerouting the transport grid to avoid detection was wise, sir. However, the transporter is rarely...
Oh my god, look at this epic shot.
Raiders.
Looks like you're planning on doing some hunting.
Return to your quarters.
No.
affect everyone's judgment. Except mine, of course.
Okay, Data, what do you think we should...
Let's do it. Let's rebel.
Saddle up.
Yes, Data. Oh, lock and loaded.
We'll hold out as long as we can.
Wait, this is kind of epic. They're going to war, basically. The CGI in this movie is kind of iffy. I won't lie.
We have activated the transport inhibitors around the village.
Good.
Oh god, here it comes.
No, son, you're carrying too much. We have a long time ahead of us.
Yeah, idiot. Oh my god. Oh, not one of them. Oh no. Okay, this is kind of epic. Look at these explosions. They're so cool. Oh my god. Father! His father just got beamed up.
Nation allies will want their say. Need I go on?
Yeah, please.
I'll order Riker to turn around.
Picard's first officer.
Yeah, he's not going to listen to you, idiot.
Before it reaches the perimeter, I could send them to
die.
Send your ships.
Oh, I like that push into his face.
Be a child.
Really?
Really?
For one thing, your legs are shorter than everyone else.
Fair enough.
We'd gladly accept the requirement of a bedtime in exchange for knowing what it is like to be a child.
Aww.
If you want to know what it's like to be a child, you need to learn to play.
Yes, Data. I want to see Data playing.
Jacques Delors.
Roughly translated puberty, although...
Puberty?
Unusual aggressive tendencies, you let me know at once.
Worf is only now going through puberty, or is it because they're on the planet regenerating stuff?
Old man.
He's like, yo, you like it? You like my egghead? This is that moment, right? This is the moment that he could live in forever, maybe? Like, kind of time stands still. Everything's super slow. That was kind of cool. Some of the CGI in this is like a little choppy, and some of it is really good. It's very strange.
Don't think they believe us.
Why not?
That is exactly why.
I'll be in engineering.
Red alert! All hands, battle stations!
Oh, all hands, battle stations.
I have an odd craving for the blood of a live Kolar beast.
What? Why? Are these those tags? What are these? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, nice. I'm so glad there's a llama in this movie. I don't know why, it's just fun. Oh my god, that is sick looking. Everything with the Enterprise looks so sexy.
Definitely feeling aggressive tendencies, sir.
Why don't they just tag Picard and Worf and everyone?
Eject the core!
I just did.
The core.
Impact!
Dude, I love these two together. They're so fun.
We're fresh out of warp cores.
We're still 36 minutes from transmission range, sir.
Oh god, they're not looking in good shape. That thing is so adorable. That is so cute.
Fire.
Good shots, guys. I swear this Enterprise is so sexy looking.
The purpose being, I intend to shove it down to Sona's throat.
Oh my days.
If one of their weapons hits that gas!
It's our only way out of here, Mr. Daniels.
Wrecker is so cool. Oh, cool. Now what are you gonna do, suckers? Oh.
Moving! Bring them out!
Shoot them, bazooka them, bazooka them.
Keep moving! Keep moving!
Don't go back, don't go back.
How can that be possible?
Maybe we should ask them.
I don't understand, I didn't see it. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad, this is bad. She could die. The kid will live, but she could die. Oh god. Oh god, they're trapped together. At least they're together.
Anish.
Oh, what if she's dead? What if she's dead? Oh no. She's still alive right now.
Don't let go of this moment.
I'll never let go. Oh, she's doing this slow motion thing again. That was really cool shot when she froze everything and the stone behind Picard had like frozen as well. That was a really cool shot. Oh, it's a standoff. Oh, it's a standoff. Nice, nice. No, they're gone. Picard's on the ship, so now he can lead a revolution on the ship.
Admiral, the Sona and the Baku are the same race.
What? What? That's so... wow.
DNA is identical.
So that's what you guys are gonna look like when you're old.
It was for the Federation.
Shut up. This guy needs to be ejected into space.
We're taking this ship out of here. This mission is over.
Okay, at least he's trying to redeem himself, but he's going to die.
Over.
I'm glad he got whacked though. I'm glad someone whacked him in the face. Oh. Ooh, you may need a makeover after that one, bud. He's about to get a makeover. Oh god, I don't want this. Oh, dude. Oh. Not gonna lie, it looked a little goofy. It looked a little goofy. Terrifying if you think about what happened. But that shot was really good. The silence, the slow zoom out. Oof, nice. Jonathan Frakes is a pretty good director, actually.
Hated them more than you, Donna. We've come a long way.
Yeah, but his mother's.
See that Picard joins them.
This guy's gonna betray everything. Yeah, this guy is stopping everything. I know he's gonna be a secret hero.
And you turned you into a coward.
Oof.
A man who denies his own conscience.
He's like, bruh, I want you to help me. Stop beating me down.
I'm pleading for yours.
Oh my god, what a banger.
Word to his comlink.
If he doesn't realize something's happening.
How would that happen?
On screen. One person aboard. It's the android.
Data.
The Federation ship has been disabled.
Separation in 20 seconds.
20 seconds, come on. Oh.
I don't know. Systems don't seem affected.
What was that? Are they on the holodeck? What if they're on a holodeck now? Oh my god, they're on a holodeck. They're on the ship.
Exactly as the simulations predicted.
That's really nice to look at, though.
Life support is...
What is this? Yes, I told you it's the holodeck. Yes. This is so genius. What the heck is that scream?
Captain, there's a problem aboard the collector. The launch sequence has resumed.
Oh my days. But it started back at 3 minutes.
Generators, if we are within 100 meters.
Take us into position.
Car's gonna go on there, beam, press it, and then try and beam out. Oh, here comes the crew. Nice, Worf. Worf's a beast.
Worf!
Dude, Sir Patrick Stewart is actually jacked. Yeah, it could ignite the gas, right?
Sensors are reading over 100 Baku on board, and 1 Klingon.
Oh my god. Wow, he's a good grip. I don't like the blue walls. It makes it look like an unfinished movie set.
Now!
Oh, that was epic. Press the button. Stop standing there. Oh, that was so epic. Oh. He just walks out like nothing had happened.
Prepare to beam aboard.
And the Baku are back in the village.
I wish there were a way to bring them back home.
Ask them.
What's gonna happen to this woman?
What am I going to do without you?
I wish I could stay.
You've only been together for like 3 days. Come on.
I intend to use them.
Oh, you know what he's gonna be doing for 318 days. Aww. And they're holding hands.
Every day.
Good advice.
Haha, loser Riker.
Energize.
Aww. Ba, 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 ba. That's Star Trek Insurrection. And that was my reaction to Star Trek Insurrection, the 1998 sci-fi action Star Trek film, the 9th Star Trek film in the series, and the 3rd Star Trek TNG cast film, starring Jonathan Frakes, who also did a pretty good job directing in this movie, Patrick Stewart, Michael Dorn, Marina, Sirtis, Brent Spiner, Gates McFadden, and LeVar Burton. Overall, I thought this was a decent movie. I didn't think it was amazing, and I didn't think it was bad. I think this movie gets too much hate. From all the comments that I've read about this movie leading up to this movie, people have been so negative towards it. They've basically told me that it is the worst movie they have ever seen. That is nowhere near true. I still enjoyed this movie. I still enjoyed a lot of moments in this movie. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I just don't think it was the best movie. Definitely not one of the best Star Trek movies. I think it's just an average Star Trek movie. I think the action in this movie gets a little generic in the 3rd act. I think the villain leaves a lot to be desired. I think the movie at times kind of just becomes very tedious in the way that it is made. Like, it feels very slow at times, but not slow in a good way, just kind of like slow. But I think there were a lot of other good things as well. Some of the visual effects are great, while other of the visual effects are pretty bad. And I would like to say, I think it's because the studio changed. I'm pretty sure, because in this it said that a Blue Sky VFX or something like that helped make this movie. And I think usually for the Star Trek movies, it's ILM. So they switched visual effects providers, whether that's because ILM was busy or because they got a new contract and they couldn't afford ILM. I don't really know what it was, but you could definitely tell the drop in quality in the effects for a lot of the shots. But for all the Enterprise stuff, I thought that looked really, really cool. I liked LeVar Burton's moment with the eyes and how he could see a sunset. That gave me chills and honestly started to get me teary-eyed. That was really cool. Picard in this movie was awesome as well. Riker in this movie was amazing. I thought he was cool. Definitely a standout performance from Jonathan Frakes. He was super awesome in this movie. And I also just really liked the village people. I thought they were really cool as well. I think they're called like the Burku or something like that, and they were really awesome. Their village was super peaceful, and of course Jerry Goldsmith's score was amazing as usual. I don't think it was as good as First Contacts, but I still think it was a very nice and beautiful score. So I think there are a lot of things that you can like about this movie, and some things that are negative about this movie as well that kind of bring it down. And I think people are focusing a little bit too hard on the negatives because it's not like the movies they are used to. And I was thinking that during this movie, while watching this movie, that if I went back and watched the original series movies, they would feel very different, and they might even feel super, super slow. Because I was thinking about, for example, the motion picture, and Star Trek the motion picture is a slow movie. That's why it has the nickname the slow motion picture, and I've been saying that in my videos, but I really liked the motion picture. I thought it was a really fun movie. It was a really nice movie. I liked how methodically slow it was, but that is a slow movie. And if you were to compare that movie to Insurrection, they are very different tonally. Star Trek the motion picture is very much explorer based. It's so slow, it's so methodical. Star Trek Insurrection is like, there is some exploring, but you kind of stay on this one world, and it's kind of like a defend these people action movie with this villain who wants to destroy everyone for his own individual success, which is kind of crazy. But they are very different movies tonally, and even a lot of the original series movies are very different tonally to the Next Generation movies, which are more action oriented. So if you really like the original series movies, I can see why you would have an issue with the Next Generation movies, but at the same time, like, change can be good, and change doesn't necessarily mean bad. And I don't think any of these next generation movies so far have been bad movies. I think Generations was really good. I thought First Contact was amazing, and I thought this was decent. I didn't think this was a bad movie at all. I thought this was decent. So yeah, let's get into the reviews of this movie very quickly, because I just kind of talked about how people don't like this movie, and then we are going to get into Jerry Goldsmith's score, which I thought was really nice, and then just get into some things that I liked, maybe some things that I disliked, just kind of even it out between like and dislike, because I don't want to be very negative about this movie, but I don't want to be like overly positive, because I didn't think this movie was amazing. It did have problems, and I would like to talk about them. Okay, so 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, which is audience, and 54% are Rotten Tomatoes, which is critics. So it seems like audiences actually like this movie more than critics, which is really interesting to me. I would have thought critics would have liked this movie more than audiences, but I'm sorry if you can hear sirens in the background, by the way. There's probably like a fire alarm going off in one of the res buildings at the moment, but we're gonna have to live with it. Anyways, I'm kind of surprised actually that the audience score is so high, because the audience score 6.4 out of 10 is kind of similar to the other Next Generation movies. I think similar to Generations, but a little bit less than First Contact. And I find that really interesting, because this one and then the next one, Nemesis, have gotten the most hate. So I find it interesting that on IMDb, people are more open to it. People are thinking it's more mid, and I think 6.4 is a fairly fair score for it. Maybe I'd go a little bit higher, because I did enjoy some moments in this movie, but I was expecting a lower score, so I'm actually kind of pleasantly surprised by the audience rating for this movie. Okay, my man Jerry Goldsmith is back. I said this at the start of the movie, but in the past 4 movies that I've seen, 3 of them have been scored by Jerry Goldsmith. I watched a Star Trek movie, First Contact, which was Jerry Goldsmith, and then I watched Gremlins, which was Jerry Goldsmith, and now I'm watching Star Trek Insurrection, which is also Jerry Goldsmith. So we are on a Jerry Goldsmith train, and I love him. He is such a good composer, and he pops up in everything. Like, he actually pops up in everything, Jerry Goldsmith, but it was really cool. And before we get to Jerry Goldsmith, I thought it was really interesting that Alan Silvestri did the score for the Mambo song that played for about 10 seconds. I thought it was interesting that Alan Silvestri did that, because Alan Silvestri is also a composer, and a fairly well-known composer, I feel like, but I don't think he was very well-known in 1998. I think he made his kind of appearance a little bit later, his name a little bit more well-known a little bit later, so maybe this was just like a friend, or maybe he was apprenticing for Jerry Goldsmith. I don't really know, but I thought it was cool that Alan Silvestri had a little bit to do with the score as well, just for one random mambo song. But Jerry Goldsmith was amazing in this movie again. Obviously the Next Generation theme song, he did a really cool like orchestral version of that as well, and it sounded a little bit different than the regular one. It sounded a little bit more epic, a little bit more horns in it. It was really cool. But my favorite piece of music in this movie was actually at the very start. It was this very peaceful, delectable song. It was just kind of these visuals, these really nice, happy visuals of this town, and then it was just the music kind of overlaid with them, and it just was so nice. It made me want to like hug someone or give myself a big hug or have someone hug me and just sit there. It was very comforting. And in the movie they were talking about how when are these moments where time stands still and stuff like that, like do you have these moments, and it almost felt like the music was kind of hearkening to that, because it was such a pleasant picture you're seeing with this beautiful score in the background that it's just like, keep me here, you know, like keep me in this paradise movie. I know you're not going to keep me here, but just like let me stay here. And that's what the start of the movie felt like. It felt like that line, like there are moments in life where time stands still. And I really like that moment of the movie as well. We're kind of going past the score now. Jerry Goldsmith did a great job, but I really like that moment where she was talking about, have you ever had these moments and that you just want to live in this place, and then like she's like, we have found a place where time stands still, like we live in that moment. And I really like that. And I really like when Picard said, like, when I saw Earth from space for the first time, I thought that was really nice. Not because I can relate to that specifically, obviously, because I've never been to space, so is probably everyone who's watching this, unless there's an astronaut watching. That'd be really cool. But because everyone has those moments where you are just kind of standing there or sitting there or doing something, and then you just kind of have this epiphany and you're like, I want to stay here. I want to be in this moment forever. And sometimes it comes randomly. Sometimes you know you're really excited for something and then it happens. You're like, I want to stay here. But sometimes you'll just be walking in the park or something and the sun will be really nice and the birds will be singing and the wind will just glittering through the leaves and stuff like that. It'll be super nice, super peaceful, very quiet. And you're just going to be like, I want to stay in this moment. And I don't know, I got like really emotional during that moment. I felt like I was going to cry, but then I didn't cry, but like I could feel that creeping sensation of tears kind of going up into my eyes, and I was getting chills and stuff just when they were talking about it or even mentioning it. I thought it was a really nice touch. And then also she had powers in this movie, which was really interesting. I don't really understand that part of the movie. I would love if someone could explain. Maybe it was just like a representation of how Picard felt in that moment, or maybe she actually could slow down time, because she mentioned, he's like, how are you doing this, and she's like, let's not talk about it. But one of my favorite shots of the movie actually came from one of those powers when she's almost dead on the ground and Picard is kind of over her body and he has her in his hands, and it's this wide shot and you can see both of them, and in the background the rocks are falling and then the rocks slowly stop falling, and it's like this frozen image of her sitting there like really, really weak, and the rocks have fallen and he's like looking down at her concerned. And it was a really nice shot, and it was a very emotional shot. For the amount of screen time that those two characters got, I did actually like their connection. I didn't think it was super fleshed out or anything, but I did like their relationship, and I was never against it or anything. And there were definitely moments where I felt for them, whether it's because they were good actors, probably because Sir Patrick Stewart is an amazing actor, but also I think it was just a really sweet relationship. Okay, let's talk about something that wasn't great, the VFX. Some of the VFX were not good. Some of them were really good. The really good VFX were really good VFX. The Enterprise looked amazing in this movie. The Nebula stuff looked amazing. Whenever the Enterprise was flying around and the smoke was billowing behind it, it looked pretty good and it was very entertaining to watch. However, that's kind of where the end of the VFX, the good VFX, stops. That was a really weird sentence to say, because kind of right from the get-go, you're kind of pushed into this situation where you're like, oh, these VFX are very mid. When Data is flying the ship at the start of the movie and Picard is chasing him, or Jada's chasing Picard first, and then they start singing that song on the ship, you know that sequence, right? When they're going into the atmosphere, it doesn't look very good. It looks very, very fake and very janky, and it's really weird because the rest of the movies look really good. And again, I think it's because ILM didn't work on this movie. It was another VFX studio or multiple VFX studios that weren't ILM, and I think that is why maybe they were really rushed, maybe they were low on budget as well, maybe there were a lot of factors contributing to it, but in the end it didn't look as good as the rest of the movies, even though it was made later. And it didn't necessarily take me out of the movie by any means, but it was noticeable to a point where I needed to comment about it in the reaction. So I don't know, maybe this movie would have been better with better VFX. I don't really think so, because the VFX still serviced the movie. They still worked, and some of them worked really well, some of them didn't. But yeah, it's just something that I need to talk about, because some of it was just very janky. I also think the villain of this movie wasn't very good. I thought that there was a lot to be desired from him. He just kind of crept into the shadows, and sometimes you can have a villain that is mostly in the shadows, or a character that is mostly in the shadows. If anyone's watched Andor, I have mentioned Andor in a few videos now, but the whole season is out. Please go watch that show and support that show. It is an amazing Star Wars show. But the main character, Andor, is a very passive character, and he doesn't really do much in the show, but yet he is still a very good and fleshed out character. The villain, on the other hand, is kind of like Andor in that way, where he is very passive. He's kind of in the background. He doesn't even do much until halfway through the movie, but he's not that interesting. He kind of only has one goal, and even the connection that he has to the people who live on that planet, it's not enough to really make me super interested in him. And his scream when the ship blows up, when the thing blows up, and he's like, ah, when he realizes he's on the holodeck, it was just goofy. It was just goofy. I don't know, I didn't really like it that much. I thought his appearance was really cool though. I liked the stretch out skin. There were some really gross scenes with the stretched out skin, and one really goofy one where they actually put the human in the stretch out skin thing, and his eyeballs become really big, and it looked like he had some weird camera filter on. It didn't look very good, but then they had that really nice zoom out, like Jonathan Frakes did this really cool zoom out where the sound just kind of cut and you just heard the ship noises, and the camera, it's already a really wide shot, and the camera just starts backing out slowly, and it lingers for like 8, 9, 10 seconds, and I don't know why, but it was such a good shot. It was such a good moment. I don't know why they chose to do it for that specific moment though, because I didn't really care about that admiral at all. I didn't really care that he died. In fact, I kind of wanted him to die for most of the movie until the end, obviously, where he was kind of standing up. I was like, okay, kind of redeemed himself, but definitely too late. But that death moment was almost like, it was like, oh, we're supposed to feel the loss, the tragic loss of this admiral, because he tried to redeem himself, but he didn't, and he failed. But I didn't feel that. And even though the shot was trying to tell me to do that, and it was a great shot, it was a great moment, the character wasn't done well enough for me to feel what the movie wanted me to feel. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about Jonathan Frakes and Patrick Stewart really quickly. Everyone else in this movie did a fantastic job. I thought Brent Spiner as Data did a really good job, and LeVar Burton as LaForge did a crazy good job as well. Just for that one scene where he has his eyes for the first time, I didn't realize he had such puppy dog eyes. He looks so like adorable. Like I just want to like squeeze his face, like, oh, he's such a puppy dog, even though he's a little old now, sorry if you're watching. But Patrick Stewart, I'll talk about Patrick Stewart first, because I actually thought Jonathan Frakes was the standout of this movie. Patrick Stewart did a really good job though. His acting was at times phenomenal whenever he would kind of like raise his voice a little bit, or act super proud, or act like he knows what he's doing, because he does know what he's doing. He was really awesome in this movie, but I don't think he delivered the same performance, whether that's because of the script or whether because that's maybe he's getting a little bit tired of playing the role. I don't think he delivered as powerful as a performance as he did in any of the other movies and the TV show. I think he was definitely more, not necessarily sidelined in this movie, because he was still a main character, it's probably the main character, but I think his role was a little bit more passive and subdued than in the other movies and the shows. And the role that has not subdued was Riker's. Riker's was expanded. So I thought Sir Patrick Stewart did a great job, but I thought Jonathan Frakes did an amazing job. His performance in this movie was so good, especially when he went off on that separate mission, when he departed from Picard. I was really sad, because I was like, oh, his job in this movie is just to go talk to Starfleet. That is really boring. But I'm glad that it wasn't that. I'm glad that the Enterprise got attacked. I'm glad that he had a lot of stuff to do, and it really showed, because I've never really seen Riker as a captain before, and he's probably done it in the show a lot of times, but I've never really seen Riker in a commanding position, just because of the episodes that I chose to watch on TNG, and then also the movies. And it was really cool for me to see that, and just see how good he is at commanding, how well Patrick Stewart's Picard has taught him, and also just how cool Riker is as well. He has some really awesome lines on the Enterprise where the camera would like slowly zoom into his face and he'd say something, and I was like, yes, this is Riker. This is what I want to see. He shaved his beard though, which I think might be a bad sign, because people don't like this movie and people don't like Nemesis, and he shaved his beard in this movie. And the first season of TNG is not considered to be super good. He doesn't have a beard, but then he grows a beard for the second season, and then the show's considered to be better, or at least have a really cool turnaround in the second season. So is it a coincidence that when he has a beard, the Star Trek is good, and then when he loses the beard, Star Trek is bad? I honestly don't think so. So yeah, that is my reaction and review to Star Trek Insurrection, the 1998 sci-fi action Star Trek film. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. On to Star Trek 10, Star Trek Nemesis next, and then we are going to be getting back into some Star Trek shows. I won't say which ones, but we are going to get back into some Star Trek shows. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.